Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Corey Vanderplu at Corey Photo on Twitter and Instagram. Just want to show you something I like to do called deep focus. Well, I don't call it deep focus, that's what it's called. A little trick to get both things in foreground. Now, you do have to shoot, well, at least the way I do it. You can do it whatever way you want, but this is the way I've been doing it. I've been shooting with focus on our subject in the back and then focus with our subject in the front. Now I could be shooting this at f1,000,000 and there's no way I would get these two to match. I did a video in the past about how to get the sharpest possible image, something I learned from previous photography mentors, and I was criticized, but you just gotta chalk that up as a win, because you know if people are criticizing, you're probably doing something right. So let's start. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is take this whole image, Apple A, Apple C, come over here, Apple V. And now, pretty simple. All you're going to do is take the opacity, drop it down, and try and get it as close as you can underneath. Now, because they were holding still, I was able to just do it. I didn't have to lock off and get a tripod or anything. Granted, if I had a tripod, this would be a lot easier. There must have been some movement in between when I shot this. I wasn't really planning on this, so that's why it's a little off. These frames are actually... they're back to back. I got no excuses. They're just a little weird, but I know I shot these back to back, but they're just a little off. So what I'm going to do is Apple T and just make this so it looks like it's similar size. You can see that these fingers are still a little bit off. You can zoom in, use the space bar to move around like this, and just get it as close as you can. I really watch the edges here. See, this edge is a bit off. But really look for the hands and where you're actually going to be painting in. So that's pretty good. So I'm going to bring the opacity right back. We're going to turn a mask onto this. I'm going to delete this mask. And now I'm going to use the B tool, the brush tool. You can see that it's all black here. So you want to make your artboards white. You can get black and white like this. If it's even slightly off, like here, it won't be 100%, so you'll actually just be off. So make sure you click that, which is the default foreground and background colors, or X. And then come up here to your opacity, make sure it's 100. Make sure on here, B tool, and then you can actually just paint it right in. So if you've got your edges correct, then this should all be very straightforward. I'm hoping that there's no issues, but as long as you make sure all your lines are good here, it should be nice and simple. You can kind of hide around here, so you'll see how I'm gonna bring this in later. The reason it was nice to have it a little bit bigger on this layer was now I can throw it behind her face, and now I can use her jaw as a line. So if I zoom in, make the brush a little smaller, then I can just follow along her jawline, and that's the line I'm using to hide our mask. I can do the same thing with this X. I can do the same thing with this side. Push X to toggle back between your artboards. Use a slightly bigger brush to match that gradient there, and then go back to where your chin is. And if you really want to be sharp, you can push your backslash tool, and that'll help you. But this looks great. Alright, zoom out, which is just Command minus, and then just follow along her hand. You could follow along here. You do want some deep focus, but my point of view is I like some weird stuff. I like when things look kind of weird and surreal, so I would have kept that. If this was a job for a client, I would have definitely kept it like this. Well, this is actually funny. It's not officially a deep focus shot, because you see it goes out of focus. It's almost like the focus is in between their eyes, which does give it a surreal shot. I guess deep focus would be everything would be sharp. So now I'm just coming along here, right where this edge is. You can kind of hide it behind that. And then if I put my backslash tool, I can see where I missed and just paint everything in. Everything's exposed the same. Backslash again to bring it back. And there you have it. Now, one thing that looks weird. I do like how this looks. Looks a little weird in the hair here. I kind of liked where it was before. How it wasn't as soft. I like that better. Now, this does look weird in here. That little red tint, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to get from something from out of focus to in focus. And the lines are really nice. I mean, I could go in here and still make sure that this edge was nice, because you look, if I flip it on and off, you can see that it actually blew out. So just take the tool, the B tool, brush tool, come right back. Make sure it's nice and well, halfway sharp. I still think that looks better. And then you can check your mask with the X. You can see I missed it here. Check your mask with the backslash tool. And there you have it. Nice and sharp. It actually gives it a very cool look. This is normal. This is on. It gives it a very nice aesthetic. Kind of strange, but I'm really into it. Makes me want to try it now with a third person or fourth person, and now I can incorporate this into my portfolio. Anyways, guys, that's just a quick tip on quick masking, how you get some deep focus. Some may argue otherwise. What do you guys think? Leave a comment, all that fun stuff. If you want to check out some of my work, check out Corey Photo on Twitter and Instagram. Happy shooting.